It's a show.
What's up, you sons of bitches? Welcome back. Now, today is not going to be a long video. I'm just going to do a short video because today is actually my birthday. That's right. 31 today, baby. Don't feel a day over 45. Can you hear me wheezing? Asthma. Kids, don't pick up the habit. Anyway, so today is my birthday, December 5th. I turned 31 today. I was born in the beautiful year of 1990. I am a Sagittarius, which explains a lot if you believe in that kind of thing, which I don't, but funny enough, some of it lines up. Coincidence? I don't know. Anyway, as we've seen, the world continues to fall apart. I know we all have a lot of hope for the future, and I try to remain hopeful, but, sometimes it's hard. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it's really hard to be hopeful for the future when you see your nation being flushed down the toilet. We see things like, right now, Roe v. Wade trying to be turned over for reasons not just directly deal with the legality of abortions. I mean, we saw, if you watch Ruth Bader Ginsburg speak, she didn't even have the same ideas about Roe v. Wade that a lot of modern leftists do these days. That's when it comes to abortion, it's a tough one. Excuse me. Sorry. It's a tough one because I am pro-life for the most part. I do think there are instances where maybe if a woman is raped, she shouldn't be forced to bear the child of the rapist, but I think there are limits to when that woman can get that abortion. I don't think abortion should be used as a form of birth control, which I think is a problem nowadays. I think we have a lot of young women in this country that just want to escape accountability, and they go out and they have unprotected sex, and they act as a... I'm not even going to go there. I was going to make a cum dumpster joke. I'm not even going to go there, even though I've said it. I think a lot of women use it as, they know it's like their safety net. Like if they were to get pregnant, they have this, and that's why they want the government to allow this, because it is allows society to shed themselves of accountability and responsibility. I think it's like it's the same thing. It's like fast food. It's like, oh, I don't have to cook. I can just go to McDonald's. Oh, I don't have to have the baby. I can just go to the abortion clinic. And I think that's a problem. I mean, safe and rare and when necessary was kind of the guidelines prior. And now it's just, it should be available whenever you need it, no matter what, even if it's after birth, up to 9 months. Some of these leftists, they want you to be able to get an abortion when your baby is 9 months, when it should be being born and put in your arms for you to love and care for, and you should have that moment where, like, oh my God, I'm a parent now. This is my child. I made this. They want you to still be able at that moment to eliminate that child. And to me, that is murder. That's murder. That is not, you clearly given birth. It wasn't a threat to your health. It wasn't going to kill the mother. You've had the baby, and now you want to abort the baby. That is murder. That is sick. And that is disgusting. I mean, there's no way around that. I don't see how logical thinking people, that make their decisions rationally and based in reality would ever think that, like, having the baby and then terminating it is an option. So I'm not full on the side of there's no excuse, there's no option, but at the same time, the options that the far left wants to present are dangerous. And so we'll see what happens with the Roe v. Wade case. I think they said we'll get a decision in June of next year, I believe it was. So we'll see what happens with that. This video is already getting longer than I planned it to be. I was literally going to come on here and be like, it's my birthday, and I'm not making a video, and I love you guys, and bye-bye. the world is at a very, very, very dark place. It's a very dark place. We have a president who's an outright liar. I mean, if you still support Joe Biden, I think you might need to see a doctor because he just outright lies. I mean, during his campaign, and last year he said, was it during his campaign? I don't know if I'm getting that wrong, but he said there will be no mandates. I will not mandate this vaccine because he knew, and his administration knew, and his campaign knew, if it was at the time of the campaign, I think it was, I could be wrong, but the people around him knew that if he sold the idea that he said he was gonna mandate vaccines, people wouldn't like that. So he lied, and now he's trying to do it anyway. So we'll see where that lands in the courts. We see some of them being overturned. I mean, we see a lot Biden policies, like we see the courts coming after Biden. I mean, he put the border. They made him reinstate stay in Mexico policy because it worked. This crazy supposed racist policy. No, it's not racist. It's pro-law. People coming into this country illegally are breaking the law. And you can have hearts for these people. I get it. Like, some of them are escaping countries, shithole countries. And they just want to come to America. I understand. There's no part of me that is short on when it comes to compassion for these people. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that they're breaking the law. And the way that the government wants to manipulate these people to use them is wrong. I mean, they want them to come in so that when the census comes through, they can, bring in all these illegal immigrants and put them on the census, which doesn't even ask if you're a legal citizen or not, which I believe Trump was tried to get done, and that got shut down. But you don't have to state if you're a legal citizen. So they want to bring them in, get them on the census, and then when the population goes up, they get more electoral votes. In those areas, like in California, I believe California got one extra this last election due to illegal immigration. So that's what it's all about. It's all game. They want to use people as pawns. They're not sympathetic or empathetic. They don't believe they're saving these people. They're using these people. Because if they really thought they were saving these people, I don't think. My point being, I don't think like open borders. That's not compassionate. Okay, because when you open the border, you see things like child sex trafficking go through the roof. Okay, you see that these coyotes are trying to bring these children over and use them as pawns to make sure to sex traffic them. They pretend to be their guardians, and then they sex traffic them once they're in the United States. And speaking of sex trafficking, the Ghislaine Maxwell trial has been going on for a little while now, and we saw that a 14-year-old actually named Donald Trump said that he raped her, tied her to a bed. And now if there is undeniable proof that that is true, I will be the first to say, sayonara, motherfucker. I mean, do not get me wrong. I like Trump's policies, okay? I don't worship the man. I know some people do worship the man. I did think he was a great president based on his policies. I didn't think some of the things I didn't think all the things he said were great. I think he made an ass out of himself several times, which is why I've even said privately to people that I don't even want him to run again, really. I'd rather have him endorse Ron DeSantis. But, if this turns out to be true, that'll kill his campaign anyway. But the problem with Donald Trump is you don't know what's true and what's false because they're always trying to get him. I can't let go of the idea that possibly someone planted this witness to go after Donald Trump. I'm not saying that's true. I have nothing to support that being true, but you just see the attacks on the man over the past 4 or 5 years, and it's endless, and they'll lie about anything. So it's like, who's to say they're not planting this witness and lying now? Wouldn't this be the perfect time to really take him down, the Ghislaine Maxwell trial? Get your little get your bad agent in there, get your bad actor in there, and have him say some shit about Donald Trump, and then it's over. But like I said, if it turns out to be true, at the same time, I'm ready to say sayonara, if that happens to be the case. You can't blindly follow anyone into the dark, okay? Anything else? I don't know. I just want people to be hopeful. I mean, I know I opened this up saying it's hard to have hope, but you got to. It's all we have. I mean, it's all we have. We see Virginia, and I don't know how you feel about Youngkin. I get it, the whole he allowed the mandates, but that is, if a business wants to operate that way, that's their freedom to do so. Now, you may not like it, and you may not want to go to that business, but Youngkin basically said, well, they have the right to do so if they want to. I think that's more of a libertarian idea than telling them that they can't do that, because that's the slippery slope when the government, state, federal, starts telling you what you can and cannot do with your business. So you may not like that Youngkin allowed it, but that's another tough one. It's like Ron DeSantis is shutting it down. And yes, of course, I like that more, but does what I feel really, I'm trying to think of the right way to say this. Maybe your opinions on everything aren't really based in law and what should be, no matter how you feel about it. So, but we'll see. We'll see if there's this red wave. I believe Republicans are really going to kick people's asses. Now, I hope that they are do-stuff Republicans and not the party of the do-nothings like we see in Washington, where they like to put on their shows. And even Rand Paul, God bless him. I don't know what he's up against and how much he can really achieve, and so maybe I'm being too harsh. But we see a lot of these Rand Paul, Fauci shows, and yeah, they're mic drops. They're awesome, but, like, is anything changing? Now, again, maybe I'm out of line there, because who knows what they're up against as far as trying to do. Maybe they're trying. Maybe Rand Paul is trying to make some change and expose these people, but there's only so much he can do. I'm not totally clear on that. So, I don't want to say I'm judging the man too hard, but then you have these mother effers like Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham just loves to be on camera more than Dr. Fauci does. So, I don't know. Just got to keep our heads high, man. Just got to keep your heads high and hope for the better. Because what else are you going to do? Run for local government. I've thought about it, but I'm in no place to do. I have nothing to offer. I'm not going to pretend that I am smart enough and with it enough to make change. Maybe I'm just being hard on myself, but I don't see that being something that's for me. But I think if you see it as something for you, you should stand up. Run for city council. Run locally in your area. Maybe, run for a district if you think. I mean, we saw that man in New Jersey who paid $150 for his campaign, the trucker, who won. Because people are willing to just vote Republican over Democrat now because they see that what these Democrats are trying to pull, it doesn't work. It does not work. And they're failing. And their policies fail, and there is nothing about it that works. All right. Well, I'm just rambling at this point. Omicron. Before I go, Omicron, not deadly. As we see in standard virology, viruses become more transmissible because they try to hang on to those hosts. But there's nothing to suggest that this new variant that's now in the U.S. is any deadlier or any more dangerous. Everything suggests the opposite. But they're still going to use it to try to lock you down. Because this is about power. This is about control. They want to see how well you will just follow instruction. They're just trying to get you to fall in line. This is all about control. This is all about dehumanizing you. The masks, that's what this is about. I mean, we've seen the Mayo Clinic studies. They don't work. And if they do, they work minimally. But they want to institute this as a standard practice. And people fall for it left and right. I see it all the time. People wearing their masks, especially down here in Atlanta. We see black folks wearing masks a lot. I see a lot of black folks wearing masks, and I don't really know what that's about because I guess it has to do with the fact that the black community was hit harder, which I don't know if that's genetic or if that's poor diets. We have a high rate of diabetes in the black community and obesity. So I would have to say that's tied to it. But you see a lot of, and black people just don't trust the government. I mean, would you? If your people were enslaved, and I'm not saying we're still a racist country, that's not my bit. I don't think that's still happening now, but we have a history, and history is doomed to repeat itself. So I guess I'm not saying there's some systemic oppression that still exists in this country. The after effects, sure. But, slavery wasn't even built on race. Let's get that out of there right now while we're at it. It was not a racial idea in the beginning. I mean, we tried to enslave white people and Native Americans before we ever got to the African slave trade. We got to the African slave trade because it was a good deal, and the Africans over there were like, "Hey, we got some slaves for you." So black people sold black people to us. Let's not forget that. The first slave owner in America was black because it was based on how much land you owned. It was all about land at first. I mean, let's not be silly. Slavery was not a racist idea. Racism came from slavery. Because we enslaved black people, because it was economically, because it was the cheapest and they were the best laborers. It was the most constructive, productive. So, but then, of course, we enslaved black people, so people start seeing black people as lesser. It's actually the opposite. It was not racially motivated, but some of the side effects of slavery were racism, racial ideas. That the black man is lesser because I've watched him pick the fields, for 20 years now. If you were a man living back then. So that's inaccurate when they try to say that slavery was based on race and that the police were created during slave times because they were supposed to keep the black people in line, and that's why the police are racist now because they're only after black people. It's all a fucking show. It's all ridiculous. They all want you to hate each other because they all want you to be divided so that they can conquer. Divide and conquer. That's what it's all about. This is a ramble show today. I'm just rambling. Luke's not even here. I went to look over to his empty seat. He's not there. He's downstairs watching football. I just popped up to make the show real quick. So I think that's all I'm going to say today. I know this wasn't really this wasn't of much value, me just running my mouth, but I had to say something. I had to get on here today and just say hello. And I love you all, and I hope that you are safe today and you're having a good Sunday and you're with those you love, and I hope you can continue to live that life and live it freely, man. Go to New Hampshire. Go to Florida. I want to go to Florida, like real bad. I want to take this whole operation to Florida, but this show is viewed by like 10 people and I make no money. So if maybe in the future I can turn this into a real operation, we'll see. I would like that. But I need you to like and share and subscribe to those of you that are new, if anybody new is watching this show, and share it with people because I can't do anything without you. And I appreciate you very much, those of you that do watch, and I have your back, and I hope you have my back, and we will try to save this country together. All you can do is keep telling the truth. That's all I want to do is tell the truth. Come on here and tell people what they're not seeing on the news, because people still think Kyle Rittenhouse crossed state lines with a weapon and shot 3 black people. I mean, people still believe that. You may think that's crazy. They believe that. People are lost, man, really badly. So it is our duty to speak the truth, and that's all I can do, man. That's all you can do. Sometimes, some of you can do more. I wish celebrities out there, more of you would speak up, that know what's going on, but you're too scared. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go watch football. I love you guys. Be easy and stay sweet, stay safe, and as always, Wait, did I fuck that up? I fucked that up. Oh. Stay safe, stay sweet. Bye.
What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say.